And I guess this would be the final Mechanical Productivity Pack user manual video. If you guys made it to this point, I apologize for all the hours you've had to hear me talk and squawk and ramble on about this and that. Hope you guys have learned something. I've learned tons just making these videos, and I'm just glad to be able to have worked on this project. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys provide feedback. There's so much more we can do, and really positive and negative feedback means worlds to me. I'd love to hear what you guys think. So details, last video here. The workflow for this has kind of changed as we've further developed this cloud model. So this shared MEP model in the cloud, I've had to develop to have everything in it so that we could make sure everything functions and works. So we've had every schedule in the file. We've had every detail in the file. We've had the whole sample project and all of the test elements, and that's why we ended up using these different design options down here. So my workflow has kind of changed over the last couple months. You know, with the productivity package, we will be providing a separate file that contains all the details and the schedules. However, the way I see it is it's always easier to remove than to add. So the details I see no differently than the schedules, and actually details hold such little data size, you know, they add so little to the file, it doesn't really harm to have them there. So I'm going to explain in this video all your details in your starter project to begin with. I think that's going to be the fastest, simplest way, and that's how we've set it up to be streamlined. So just like the schedules, how we've broken out the different plants per sheet. So if you didn't have a chilled water plant, you could just remove this schedule. We wanted to do the same thing with details. So the details, we broke them out by those same plants. So if you didn't have a chilled water plant, you could just remove this detail. Sure, there may still be some drafting views in your project, and you could move those, you could remove those. The other option would be to remove all your drafting views and then just pull in the sheets for the plants that you have. So if you had steam, pull in this sheet that already has all the steam details placed for you. So we spent a lot of time organizing these details and separating them out. Callista, you know, actually did a lot of work organizing all of the names for the drafting views, so they're all sorted a lot better. So let's look at where these details reside in the actual model. Whether you insert them from the second file in the productivity package or not, they'll come into the construction documents area, which again was the intent for anything that will be placed on sheets and plotted. So under drafting views, here's all the different details. Like I said, Callista did a lot of work organizing the drafting view names so that you can find details easier. So this isn't the title of the detail, this is just the view name. And now depending upon what you're looking for, hopefully you guys will have an easier time finding it. If we look at the hydronic details here, so all the chilled water coil piping details are together, equipment type details, and heating water piping details, steam details, and then supports, you know, hangers and whatnot. So hopefully you guys will have an easier time locating what you're looking for, and ultimately that benefit is when you're placing the view references. So if we had a detail active and we were going to reference another detail, so we go to view reference here. So these are the names that you see there. So that's why that drafting view name is so much more important. So if we were looking for, you know, referencing another steam detail, we could go to MP, scroll down to steam, you know, and then you can find what you're looking for. So in regards to the sheets, we've included a PDF set that has all of these details placed, so you guys can review those as a firm. But the intent is the sheet is already there based upon what plants you have. So there might be some a couple different variations of details on these sheets, but you guys can just take a look and remove them. So in this case, we have a chilled water coil piping detail with two-way valve multiple, and then we have one with a three-way valve multiple. So maybe you're going to remove one of these details and leave the other, but then at least you're not hunting for these details. You've got them all there, and you can just pull out what you don't need. So that's the intent with the details. It's really remove what you don't need, and you're done. We have in the starter project, we have a mechanical not used category for sheets, and a lot of times this is all of the floor plans that aren't included in the sample project, the sheets that are set up ready to go. You could, if you wanted to, you could move these detail sheets down to here and choose to not plot them and just keep them in your project if you wanted. I would recommend you purge them out. So if you had no steam on your project, I'd be deleting this sheet, and I'd be deleting the associated detail sheet. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content package. We'll talk soon.